Yes, I've been a client since '97, and I had 4 T-cells, and my viral load was over 500,000. So I got hooked up with McDowell Clinic, and then Body Positive was downstairs.
When I walked in this place, they had a gentleman named Bob Hagee at the desk, and I walked in with my friend Kirk Baxter, who started Body Positive.
I was a client long before I was a case manager, and so I learned how to self-manage myself by learning from my case manager.
It began as Body Positive, so there was a huge emphasis on HIV. Slowly over the years, it's kind of morphed like an LGBTQ center. For primary care, we do HIV care, gender-affirming hormone replacement therapy, STI treatment.
This building opened in 2013 as a way to bring the LGBTQ community together in one space to provide care. We've got 1 in 10 Valleywise. We also have Glisten. We have a pharmacy downstairs, and Valleywise has a dental service as well. So I joined the organization in 2018 as a board member. My entire background, all of my degrees, everything are in accounting. So I was hired and started as a CFO in July of 2020. But what I realized, the agency needed a leader who could step in and then shut the hell up and listen to what staff needed, what community needed, and what our board was telling us as well from a governance perspective, pulling everyone together and saying, we all believe in this. Here's what we're going to do, and create that culture of planning.
And so that's what we've really worked on the last 2 years, is to kind of just realign our efforts, make sure that our mission and our strategic plans line up.
We are deeply committed to our mission, vision, and values. We are committed to making this a safe space for our patients, our clients, and I'm committed to making this a safe space for our staff.
I started off in 2000 as a client, and I was hired as an HIV counselor and tester in 2010. I know, and I've already lived through what clients need because I'm a client myself. I've been homeless. I've been without housing. I've been without food. I've lived on the streets. I've been devastated because of my HIV status, being told the first time. I know what all that feels like. I know what they're going through. I've walked in their shoes.
We give our clinicians a lot of extra time to spend with our patients because we recognize that there's this story that comes with you as a person. Gender is a journey for a lot of our patients. Identity is a journey, and it takes time for you to unpack that. And we need to know that information to be able to help collaborate with you and kind of create the best plan.
Some people are a little timid at first, but I just try to break that barrier and let them know, like, hey, you're in a safe space. There's no judgment here. Like, I want you to be honest with me because that means I can take the best care of you that I can. So when people are involved in their healthcare, they are more likely to follow through with whatever you ask them to do and to make those changes that are necessary to have a long, healthy life.
Our clinic is not modeled to make money. So if you go to a normal doctor, the expected productivity rate is like 4 visits an hour. For us, it's 2 visits an hour. Because if you come in and you start talking about all these things that are happening in your body, we're not going to tell you to stop and come back and make an appointment, because that would increase the burden of care on you. We're going to address all of those things, and so we allocate extra time.
They've offered more services to us, nutrition, and then I'm going to start getting mental health soon, and I just got approved for housing.
And I walked in and Bob Hagee said, welcome, we're going to help you out no matter what you're going through. Just tell me what you need and we'll go from there. I have never had a bad experience here. Anything that I've tried to do here, counseling, acupuncture, nutrition, they just have always been here for me.
So we were incredibly fortunate to be given a grant, and this allows us to provide care for individuals who would not be able to afford it. So if you come in and you don't have insurance, but you don't qualify for access, or you don't have documentation, we don't turn you away, regardless of whether or not it's physical, primary care, or mental health care services. We want to make sure that you get the care that you need. We lose $500,000 to $1 million every year. We're not trying to make a profit here. What we're trying to do is provide care. And this is why the Richard P. Stahl Client Care Fund is so important for us, because that gives us additional ways to help fund the care for those individuals.